It's so funny that Republicans were so tolerant with me, Democrats were not. Here's the other part, Adam.
Yeah, but I got to say that's a bullshit statement.
No, it's not bullshit.
Because I've lived that.
No. But let me go back. Hold on.
This is fucking America.
No. That's the naive part of you.
No.
That's the naive part of you.
The difference
That's
between...
naive to think that.
Okay. The difference
so
between
naive.
America and the rest of these fucking pura gente motherfucking other countries out there is that we believe in the peaceful transition of power.
Patrick Bet David absolutely nukes his co-host Adam Sosnick and exposes the massive hypocrisy of the left. And that's when PBD drops the hammer on him.
I've been a Democrat. Last year, I just became a Republican. She says, it's so funny that for 28 years while I was a Democrat, all my Republican friends were so patient with me.
Yep.
But for 1 year that I've been a Republican, none of my Democratic friends even want to associate with me.
They're not tolerant.
It's so funny that Republicans were so tolerant with me, Democrats were not. Here's the other part, Adam.
Yeah, but I got to say that's a bullshit statement.
No, it's not bullshit.
Because I've lived that.
Let me
go ahead.
Let me say the other part. The other part is also the following. When you're talking about Trump and naive and all that other stuff, bro, you believed in Russia hoax for 3 years with no proof. $35,000 paid by Hillary Clinton. You believed in it. And tens of millions of people believed in it because of selective hearing, because you couldn't stand one guy.
No, because of the media.
So, well, but that's also a form of being naive because you chose to believe. You're a grown man. It's not like you were 17 years old.
If you want to think I'm the only one that was naive.
But that's not the
half
point.
the country
That's the problem.
for it.
Half the country fell for it.
That's also a problem.
Just like half the country is falling for election denialism.
But
naive.
But
so if you want to pick naivete on the Dems, also own and look in the mirror.
There's a big difference, Adam.
So you're no longer an individual.
Let me just say this part, and we're going to go to the only person that has all the experience here to talk about this, and it's Rod. So we're going to go to him in a minute. Here's the difference. Could they show one thing, proof, that there was anything involved with Russia?
No.
Zero.
None.
Is there proof to show that there's been fraud in elections in the last 6 years? Yes. Was it enough to flip? Not yet, and no. That's the only difference. There is proof, just not at the level to say, well, we're going to change this city or that city. There is zero proof on the Russia hoax part. Zero proof on the Russia hoax part. So it's important to know both of these sides. I mean, look, today is a day where Republicans can't talk a big game, but it's also a day that Democrats can't talk a big game. Neither side can talk a big game today. It's gridlock.
This is the moment that exposes the entire game. For years, people like Adam and half the country pushed the single biggest conspiracy theory in modern American history. They had zero proof, and we now know it was all a lie paid for by the Hillary Clinton campaign. Yet they have the nerve to lecture everyone else about truth and being naive. This 1 point from PBD completely dismantles Adam's entire high and mighty act.
So a 0% chance that a far left BLM guy, whatever, would ever vote for Donald Trump. But where I'm at right now, and maybe this is my message, is to be free from the constraints of your party is a very free feeling. And to be able to kind of be an umpire and call balls and strikes and say, yeah, you kind of fucked up here. No, you guys messed up here, that. So today, everyone wants to live in, well, that's my truth. That's my truth. Well, there's the truth, and then there's my truth. So for instance, you said, Ricky, I don't care what you say. I don't care what evidence you show me. I don't care who says what.
I never said that.
Hold on.
That's not what I said.
Hold on. You said, I don't care what evidence you show me.
I never said that.
I will never not believe that 2020 election was not stolen. That's exactly what you said.
No, I said there's nothing you could tell me to convince me.
Exactly.
Because, well, the evidence is there that it was stolen.
Okay, so my point is this. No matter how hard somebody tries, if the Supreme Court...
I don't give a shit about the Supreme Court,
but this is my point, brother, that you don't give a shit. If the 6-3 Supreme Court came down and said, by the way, we've looked at everything, Joe Biden is the winner of the 2020 election, you still wouldn't believe him.
Look, let me tell you one thing.
Because you're living my truth.
Hold on,
your
no. Let me tell you
not
one thing. When
the
you come,
truth.
okay, you got to remember. Outside of Pat, and I don't want to make judgments on anybody else. I lived in another country. I've seen corruption at its core. I've lived in it. So like, it's very different when you live in a country where, like, I'm going to give you an example. The one that's president right now, he ran against another guy 2 elections ago, and they stole it from him. And as a matter, even during, it's crazy. His name is AMLO. AMLO.
You're talking about in Mexico?
In Mexico. Yeah. The current president of Mexico, during our election, said something's wrong. They had already stolen an election from him. The guy sat there from a different country, looked at everything, he said, that election is rigged. When a person has had a stolen election, he's been running president many times, and finally the president now sits back and says, bro, that's bullshit. From another country, from a country that I come from, we see things from a whole different perspective. That people think like America is like this perfect country where everything's fine, everything's good, and the government's all intact. Bullshit. There's DEA agents and CIA agents in Mexico trading the cartels right now.
This is a point most Americans just can't handle. They can't imagine our government being that corrupt. But when you come from a place where you've seen it firsthand, you recognize the patterns. People from corrupt countries can see the corruption here more clearly. The Mexican gentleman on the panel has a better grasp of reality than Adam ever will because he's seen the real world, not the sanitized version they show on the news.
But let me go back. Hold on.
This is fucking America.
No. That's the naive part of you.
No.
That's the naive part of you.
The difference
That's
between...
naive to think that.
Okay. The difference
so
between
naive.
America and the rest of these fucking pura gente motherfucking other countries out there is that we believe in the peaceful transition of power. Now, you can quote me on this and I'll quote Bill Maher. Come 2024, whether Trump gets blown out or not, he will say that he won the election. He will claim that it was rigged. He claimed that 2016 was rigged and he won, dog. So like, since Donald Trump has showed up on the scene,
the Democrats already,
every election is rigged, fraud, stolen.
What did Hillary Clinton just do?
Prior to that, you know who had the biggest?
Hillary Clinton just came out, 2024 is going to be stolen. It's 2 years from now.
I'm not even worried
She's
about
already
Hillary.
talking about
Trump.
What are you talking about, Trump?
But
Hillary's the one doing it right now in 2024.
The closest election we've ever had in our history, Al Gore in the state of Florida, when George W. Bush barely won Florida. P.S. Who was the governor of Florida at that time? His brother?
Yeah.
Jeb Bush? How about that, dog? He even said, you know what? This thing called America is bigger than me. I will say that you won the election. George W. Bush have it. Peaceful transition of power. Donald Trump does not believe in that. He does not believe in the peaceful transition of power.
Would you believe in it too?
Bro, it's not just Donald Trump who says election is rigged. It's even the left who say the same thing. But only Trump is targeted for saying this. I mean, to just criticize Donald Trump alone is kind of crazy, man. Let me know what you guys think about all this in comment section below. Subscribe for more sanity, and we'll meet soon in next video.